you. Okay. We are streaming. Finally. A little bit later than normal. But we are still rocking and rolling. We made it. We made it, team. Excuse me while I eat this Hershey Kiss. Because they're fucking amazing. And yes, I need them. I need them inside of me because they're so good. So, it's been a bit of a crazy morning, but it's all good. It's no one's fault but my own. So, I woke up in the middle of the night. Couldn't sleep. So, instead of getting up around 6:30, I went to bed around 6:30. And, yeah. Well, the first thing I did when I woke up was magnetize. Why are you so wiggly? Stop the wiggles, please. Please, no wiggles. Please, no wiggles. Thank you. So wiggle. Why so wiggle? Stop, stop, stop. Stop. Thank you. Man, you are like turbo wiggle today. Yeah, so my brain was like, you need to magnetize all this gaming you don't have magnetized, and you need to magnetize another Warcry team for your friend, which I did at 4 a.m. Excuse me while I try to fix this. I'm wiggling constantly because it wiggled really bad. Are we done? Are we done? Please be done. Are you? Okay, maybe it's fixed now. Alright. So I had to magnetize my another team for Warcry because my friend needs a team to play. So I magnetized up these very cool little space dwarves who I just think are like the coolest thing. I love this faction. I wish they had more units that wasn't just like boats. Like I wish I had more guys you could take in Warcry. Because really with like 2 boxes, you have all of their options in Warcry. And it's a shit ton of options, don't get me wrong. But like, it'd be cool if they had like, I don't know, little robo dogs and stuff they could ride on and whatever. They got these cool floaty boys who are really neat. They're all magnetized too. So my arm, no, not my arm. Or I guess he'd be like, oh, not my arm. But yeah, they also have a magnet on their asshole, which is the best magnet. Asshole magnet is the best. It also means that if I drop these guys, they're not going to instantly break off of these things, off these flight stands. I know a lot of people don't like flight stands, so they make these like super complex things to hold their models instead, and that's cool. I actually don't mind flight stands as long as you magnetize the guys to them. I don't mind them at all then. But yeah, so like all their weapons and stuff are magnetized. So I think this guy can have a grappling hook instead of his like dildozer. Which is pretty cool. I'd like to expand their bases out. Give them fancier bases. This guy's one of my favorites. He's just got like a hook gun. He's really neat. And my favorite one is this guy. Because he's got a robotic bird. He's a boss man with a robotic bird. And he's got this really cool like miner hat. How cool is that? But yeah, I love these guys. They are really, really cool. And they are probably my favorite team to play in Warcry. They're just really, really good time. Like I said, I wish there was more options for them, but there's not. So I woke up in the middle of the night and magnetized them. Yeah, and then I built some squigs. And I played a shit ton of Guild Wars 2. But squigs is what we're here for today. At least for a little bit. So I do have to keep an eye on the camera today. Eye on the time today. Because I do have a specific time I have to leave. I'm going down to play my first game out in society with real people, which is probably why I didn't sleep super well. Because that's a little bit weird. I haven't done that in like 6 months. We're gonna figure it out. Figuring it out. I'm gonna be social for time and interact with people. That's what we're gonna do. So, what I started building was the squig hoppers last night. Now I was looking at the Age of Sigmar app for these, and it's pretty interesting because you can actually take the squig hoppers as battle line, so like as your troops, as long as you have a grot or some kind of squig combo as your boss. So for example, if you take this phenomenally awesome model, God, this thing is so fucking cool. This thing is so much cooler than I thought it was when you build it. If you take this, you can take all the squig hoppers as your battle line, but you cannot take Boingrot Bounders. However, if you take this guy, the Trog boss, if you take him, that turns these guys into battle line. So that's pretty cool. That's a neat little change. I like that a lot. It's pretty fun. You can also take the Loom Boss. What's that? Just Twitch. That's just stupid Twitch. You can also take the Loon Boss, or you can take the Stink Mullet, the Fungal Shaman. You can take either of them, and you'll also have squigs as battle line. That also turns these, the cave squigs, into battle line. So you can just like fucking squig it up. You can have like this guy as your boss, and then you could run basically nothing but cave squigs and squig hoppers, and you would just have like essentially an entirely squig army, which is cool as hell. Super cool. So the one downside to squig hoppers is they have to run in a 10-man unit. I was really hoping they would run in 5s, so I would be like 5 is one unit, 5 is another unit, but they have to run in a 10-man unit. That does feel a little weird with the design of the kit, because this kit is largely duplicated. So for one set of squigs, you have these 3 little mini runners, and then for the other set of squigs, you have these 3 little mini runners, and they're identical. They're identical runners. So that feels a little strange that you can't take them in units of 5. But I think it's because you can take the Boingrot Bounders, the like elite version of these, as units of 5. But it'd be cool if you could take the squig hoppers as 5, but you can't. Okay. That's the rundown on squig hoppers. So, what did I build last night? I built a bunch of squig butts. I built a whole bunch of squig butts. Built these in concordance with the instructions. So the numbers they say to put together, I put together. And they're pretty cool. And then I went ahead and I built myself a whole bunch of squig faces. So there are 7 total faces for the squigs on 1 set of spurs. So that means you're going to unfortunately have some duplicates But it's not going to be super terrible. It's not like you only got 5 faces and you're going to have to repeat those over and over. There is some variation here because you do have 6 now as I dropped one into never existing land. As you are going to have 7 different options. So, pretty cool. Some of them are really neat. Where's the one I really liked? That one's cool. This one? So this one's just nice and classic. Just pretty boss. Come on. Come on. There you go. So that one's just nice and classic, just like a toothy mole. But the one I really liked, is this one. Where he's got like the gold, he's got like gold capped teeth. He's got like slashes and stuff in his face. He just looks like an old war veteran. I like that one a lot. So, we got ourselves 7 faces. These 7 faces go to 5 insides of the mouth. So there's only 5 of these, and some of these are really, really weird. There's like 3 that are just tongues, but there's one where there's like a bug that's like replaced the tongue, like a parasite, like you'd see in a fish. And there's one that I really can't tell what the fuck is going on with it. It's like there's like a monster hand or something like coming out of it. It's really weird. I can't figure out what it's supposed to be. Maybe it's supposed to be like a spider, but I really can't tell. It's very strange. So in addition to these 5 bodies, you get 5 squig mouths. The squig mouths are always going to be the same, and you get 7 faces. So you have some interesting work for variation, which is pretty darn cool. But since we have limited time today, I'm not going to build all these squigs up and get them rocking and rolling. What I wanted to do was test out if you could do different legs. Hello! If you could do different legs on different squigs. That's what I really wanted to test out today. Because these squigs, they're built entirely according to the instructions. So what I wanted to do is basically just clip everything off this runner and see if it will go together and fit correctly. So I thought that would be fun and a little bit interesting. So I figured we would do that since I only have limited time today before I gotta get all my stuff together and get on the road. Go play game for the first time in like 6 months. So... But I still wanted to stream something today and at least talk a little bit. So that's why I still haven't streamed. I know I had a really long stream the other night when I built the cave squigs, but we are on a clock today because I am going to play the Vermintide campaign with a bunch of people over at Other Realms, which is a gaming house of iniquity. It's like a hobby shop down in Honolulu. It's pretty cool, and they just opened up their gaming again. So we're gonna go over there. Yeah. We'll go over there, and we're gonna play the Vermintide campaign in the new General's Handbook, or Tome of Champions, whatever the fuck they call the AOS one. Not AOS, the Warcry one. I think it's Tome of Champions. We're going to play the Tome of Champions Vermintide campaign. The same one I played here in channel. We're going to play that. Which is pretty cool. So I have a friend bringing Seraphon. I'm bringing my Arcanite boys, my Dwarf boys for another friend. And I'm going to run my Cruel boys. And we're going to try to survive. And we might have another friend coming who I think has a lot of like the individual Warcry specific Chaos Warbands. So he might be coming too, but I don't know for sure if he is. He might has forgot, which is fine. We've got a lot of people. Because there's also going to be another guy who has squigs. but I think he might be playing AOS instead. But he's going to be there. He's got squigs. It's pretty cool. Warcry is the fucking bomb. So we're going to play around with these. See if we can get them to fit different bodies and stuff. So another set of heads there. Put that there. Okay. So squig body number 1. We got some nubs there. Clean up. Let's see. These should just be interchangeable. Because they all have these like... Alright, so like that one fits. And that one fits. That one doesn't fit because there's a giant fucking nub on it. You numpty. Alright, that one fits. And... yeah, that one fits. That one fits. Alright, so they are totally interchangeable. It's really weird the instructions told you to use specific ones then. Because we sure as hell aren't going to do that. So let's build these 5 squig bodies. I think that'll be fun. Building squigs is fun. So let's see. Me, Sun, Yawn, Go. What are you for? Do you actually get 11 squigs? No, you get 10. Extra 32. Okay. Extra 32 millimeter. Extra 32 millimeter base. Almost damn near killed me. Alright, so I'm just going to put the rest of these nubs on these squig butts. Well, cleaning up the nubs on these squig butts. And then we'll see which squig butts go with which legs, and we'll make sure we don't put those together. That's going to be our goal. That's going to be our goal. Not putting legs on the same squig. Alright, and we got the little independent legs here. These are the little, like, crouched ones. These are not the jumping ones. Make sure the nubs are cleaned up. Pretty good. Pretty good. And then I'm doing this pretty quick so the camera probably won't like it. I apologize. Alright. Well, it's also why I didn't put the face on those squigs, so it'd be easier to tell them apart. Okay. Alright. So let's see. This one is this leg right here. And it's got like a downturned... Oh my god, he's got a little moon sculpted. He's got a fucking squig cutie mark. Oh my god, that's amazing. That's really cool. I didn't know that. I didn't notice that when I put them together last night. But he's got like a downturned tail. So let's give him this tail instead. Oh my god, squig cutie mark out of nowhere, man. I'll tell you what, that's really cool. Oh shit. Ton of glue on this cap. There we go. But yeah, I am excited to play my first game in like forever today. You know, first time playing in God. It's at least 6 months. Like straight up, it's at least 6 months since I played last. I'm super excited for that. Just cause like I don't know. Like, you miss, like, the banter and just talking about stuff, right? Like there's almost this weirdness to it. Like, you know, for normal people, it would be like going to the bar or something, right? Like, there's this air to it of, like, you're just, like, hanging out. And it's really nice. Like, it's super, super nice. And it's just something that, like, I don't know. It's something I've super missed, right? There we go. So I am really, really looking forward to that today. But I am also terrified of doing it because I haven't been in a place with other people for that long. I also haven't really just played a game with not myself in that long, right? So, like my husband is not interested in gaming, so it's pretty much just me. So when I play on the channel and stuff, it's just me playing with myself. Well, there's a friend asking me a work record question that I will happily answer when I am all done streaming. Alright, so this guy has the broken tail. Come on, focus. Focus. Oh my god. Focus. Thank you. So this one's got the broken tail, so we need to find a non-broken tail body for that one. Let's give it the wiggly butt. Wiggly butt. Wiggly butt. Yep. Gits are very cool. This is my... The world might be going to shit when Russia nukes the Ukraine army. It didn't happen, so then I get to build them. This was my anxiety distraction as thermonuclear World War III kicked off. Then thankfully I didn't need it, so now I get to build it for fun. Alright, there we go. So, this having different legs with different bodies isn't going to exponentially change these, but it is going to make some difference. At least to a quick passing glance, which is really what we want. Because there's always going to be some level of clone that you're going to look at with this 10-man unit, and you're going to feel it, because the legs are so... because the legs are so dynamic, right? The legs being like super crazy dynamic jumping poses. Yeah. Bill Gates when you get nuked. Sounds reasonable. I wasn't worried about getting nuked, but I was worried about the world being really, really rough for a little while. And as a person with lots and lots of anxiety trubs, I really wanted something to distract me if that was going to happen. So I basically picked up a small Gits army to build if that happened. Essentially is like a self-distraction. Which probably seems really like insane to someone else, but like these guys like they would have more than paid for themselves if that had been a thing that had to happen. Just because I'm a little bit of a anxiety mess, which is why today's schedule's so screwed up. But I still wanted to stream something, at least a little bit. So we're gonna get these Gits built, and then I'm probably gonna call it, which is only like after like 20, 30 minutes of streaming, which is not like me. I'm used to like streaming for like 2 hours. But you know, I got places to be to go play my first game in like 6 months, which is terrifying, but also really exciting. Lots of other people have just been playing games through the pandemic, but I very much didn't. Especially when Hawaii had its really high pop. We had a really high pop. I'm just painting rats going insane. That's fair. I mean, if you're going insane, I mean, you might as well paint rats, right? Also, painting rats is like the best. Rats are the best faction, just saying. Alright, let's plop some other legs on these guys. Let's give this one the cutie mark. But yeah, the idea of playing a game with other people is exciting and terrifying. But I'm also really just kind of like looking forward to that, like, hanging out with the boys kind of feeling, you know? I mean, if there wasn't a Discord, nobody would probably even still remember who I am, let's be real. But it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. We're gonna have a good time. I'm gonna have a good time. I'm gonna keep telling myself that. Funny thing is, I really want to do it. I just haven't done it in so long that it's like there's like there's like a no, is it that word or is that no? That's word. I don't know. There's like an anxiety to it. Of going out in public, to be out there for a long time, to play for like the first time in, you know, like so long, you know? Like, I'm just looking at the legs, making sure they aren't the same on each body. Like, I don't know. It probably sounds really stupid, having that feel strange, but like, we really haven't done anything very much out here in Hawaii. Like, we've gone to dinner, me and my husband, and like, that's like it. Like, we haven't really done anything else. We haven't been going to the beach. We haven't haven't really been doing like big box shopping like Costco and stuff. Like, I let my Costco membership lapse just because I haven't been going there, because there's just so many people, and that's weird now, you know? And this is a person that never had social anxiety, right? Like, I legitimately used to love crowds. Like, they used to calm me down. So I used to work overnight in a pharmacy, and that job was really, really hard. Not like mentally. It was really easy mentally. But like emotionally, it was really hard. So, when I got off in the morning, I would actually go and sit at the mall and just watch people to try to come down, so I didn't bring the stress of that job home. Because I just wasn't a fan of that. I didn't want to do that to my poor husband, so. Wah! Another squig butt. Alright, so let's check these out in comparison. Here we go. Alright. So, two different squig butts there. We got a tail up, a tail down, and then we got different feet. Or is that the same feet? Oh crap, we have the same feet on that one. Boo. Boo. Let's see if we can fix that real quick. Can I get this guy's foot off? Wow. Alright, we're going to try to fix it. I don't want the same feet. Boom. Alright. We fixed it, team. We fixed it. Alright. There we go. Alright. Foot up, foot down. Different tails as well. That one. Alright. Different squig butts. And then we've got... Let's spin that guy around. Different feet. Different squig butts. This is just to add some variation to them. So I built one set according to the instructions. And the other set is the set we built now, just quickly clipping them out. It's not going to add a ton of variation, as you can see, because the jumping bases are so unique. But it's still going to add something, so there's going to be some difference. You know what I mean? So when you put all 10 of them together, because I'm going to build them as squig hoppers, so I'm going to have the unit of 10, so when you put all 10 together, they'll look more varied. So, broken tail on that one, and tail swinging on the other one, and different feet as well. There we go. And then last but not least, the big super bouncer. Right there, he's got the cutie mark on the one, and the different tails for both. So at least there's some little variation there. Now we are going to have 7 heads. These are the ones I showed off earlier. We're going to have 7 heads per sprue. So you get the 2 sprues and you get 7 different heads. This means, so say for example this one here with like the big moon mask. Say I make this the leader, right? So I want that to be a unique model, right? Let's say. So we'll say we won't use that head anymore, and we'll put that there, right? And then I'm just gonna assign the other 6. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, so what is this going to give me, right? This is going to give me 3 duplicated faces. So there is going to be some duplication even in the faces. All right, just because you're not getting a full 10 on that initial sprue, you're going to have some duplications. You're going to have 3 duplicated faces. My recommendation to reduce cloning there would be to pick the most generic faces, the most generic squig faces. So like maybe this one where his mouth is kind of shut. Come on, come on. Please, camera, right? So like maybe that one where his mouth is kind of shut. This one here where it's just a standard squig with his mouth open. Maybe this one with multiple eyes, right? Because they're just going to stand. This more standard ones are going to stand out more. If you pick this one, this one's really unique. It's got like big metal teeth. This one here has got a horn that's going to really stand out. Thank you. That one's got like a horn on it. And this one here has got like 1 eye. So those ones are going to stand out a lot more. These sort of more generic ones. One of them here has a bunch of eyes, which is why I'm a little hesitant to grab it as a generic one. But I think that stands out less than the 1 eye, to be honest. But I'm going to have to call it there. But that's what you can do to make your squigs a little bit more unique. Just pretty cool. So they'll be a little more unique just by mixing and matching the parts and not following the instructions. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to call it there because I got to get all my stuff together to go play Warcry for the first time. Oh my god, I'm excited but also fucking terrified. So we'll have a good time. We'll do our best. We're going to try. It's fucking scary. Anyway, we're going to go ahead, we're going to call it there. Thank you guys for watching. Sorry it's a short stream. Sorry we didn't do a whole lot. But at least you can, you can see that you can make 10 completely unique squig bodies by mix and matching the parts like I did. Like there's not a single duplicate there. There are duplicate pieces, but not duplicate combinations. So that's pretty cool. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to call it. I'm going to get everything together. And I'm going to go play some Warcry. And